is.
Yeah.
And obviously, maybe Thiago doesn't either, because Thiago wasn't in a position where he was going to have to make this decision. So that might be his first big decision, is what to do with Scoot when Scoot's healthy.
So I'm curious.
What up? Welcome to another episode of the Rip City Pod. We got a really special guest today. I texted this earlier to you. I didn't tell you I could use this, but let's see what I call you. I called you the goat of graphic design, the chief chef, and the king of the keys.
King of the keys.
This is Dan Bay.
Oh, yes.
More better known to me as D-Biz. A homie and a huge sports fan. He's also followed the Blazers for a super long time, and been, we've been close via the world of sports for a long time.
Yeah.
So being able to do a podcast with Dan is like, well, we did a little something a couple of years ago.
We tried
just for fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, let's publish this and see where it goes. It was like, let's just mess around.
Right.
It was a reason to hang out.
Yep.
But now here we are. Tyson's obviously given us the space to do the Rip City Pod with the I-5 corridor. So now we're going to make it official. We're going to jump in and we're going to break down some more Blazers.
Cool.
So as we start most podcasts, we're going with the Since We Last Spoke segment. There hasn't been a ton of news because we did just release a pod Saturday, I guess a couple days ago. So the only thing that's really noteworthy is officially Blake Wesley has a broken foot. I think it was his 5th metatarsal, so his pinky toe. Is that correct? And they didn't put a definite timeline on when he's going to return. Our last podcast, we talked a little bit about what we were seeing from Blake already, so you can check that out. But he was just a pretty good role player in his current form. He'd come off the bench and provide a lot of energy, a lot of chaos in defense, and he handled the ball like way better than I thought he would, just based on how he moves. So he moves at a frantic pace and constant chaos, and he was really solid. So it'll be a piece they miss. Yeah. Of course, they won't miss it terribly long because Scoot Henderson's return to court is getting pretty close too. So there's going to be maybe a couple weeks here where the ball handling responsibilities will get shifted a little bit. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Drew can maybe play a few more minutes. You don't want him to play a ton more, but it'll be something that affects the Blazers in the short term for maybe a couple weeks, but then we'll also see a new form of the Blazers when Scoot's back.
What's the ETA on Scoot? About a week or 2 weeks?
Going into the season was 4 weeks, and they're kind of talking about like mid-November.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Obviously, things can change. Scoot did do an interview with the Blazers broadcast team during game, and it seemed like he was pretty ready to go.
Yeah.
Like you can see any forms of like him being down or moving. He was moving by there, but it's a torn hamstring, so that's kind of crazy too. It sounds like it should take a really long time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Those things can kind of linger too. I've seen a lot of those in my career covering sports, and sometimes they linger all season. You just find ways to like warm up the muscle and play through it. Mm-hmm. Not sure at all how Scoot's situation is going to play out, but it'll be really interesting, a new factor for the Blazers when he's there, because he's watching this whole team play super fast, and that's like what
I loved how into it he was during the broadcast, and he was calling out plays and just getting everybody riled up, and it looked like he's ready to get back.
Yeah, his I don't know what his call was, but it was whatever he was doing was amazing.
Yeah,
it's the most recent game film we have of the Blazers. So, what did you see?
I was really impressed with the defense. Obviously, I thought it was really fun to watch the full court press, which I couldn't believe they had the stamina to keep it up pretty much the whole game. If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I thought that sequence at the end was really impressive from Tumani. I thought going from the block shot right into tying up Jokic, I don't know if that was really a jump ball, but
it confirmed it was a jump ball.
Okay.
NBA's 2-minute report. I meant to say this in the last podcast too, because I made a point that I thought it was a huge foul, and in real time it looked like he fouled the shit out of him. Yeah. And the 2-minute report actually said it was clean, and there were no errors in any calls in the last 2 minutes. That was kind of interesting too.
Yeah,
but that's from the NBA.
Good, we'll take it then. I just thought the defense really stood out to me. The pace of play, and it just seems like a lot of the young players have developed between Kamara and Shaden Sharp. You know, just getting a couple years of experience under their belts together.
Yep.
And developing into good defensive players as well as offensive players. Like in Sharp's case, I don't think he was really known as a lockdown defender, and he isn't now. But then he had that huge block at the end of the game on Gordon too, and so yeah, just really impressed with the younger players.
When was the last time you'd seen Shaden Sharp play?
Last year.
Like,
yeah, so I've
what
watched.
Time of year? Was it late?
No, it was like middle of the season probably.
So that's pretty much when he got benched. Was
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That time period for not playing defense.
Right.
So this should be, I mean, the offensive stuff should be pretty similar to what you saw at that point, but now the defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not like he's not going to be all defensive team,
Right.
at least right now. He could if he picks it up, but yeah, he's bought in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole unit really plays really well. There's not really a weak point where you go, oh, this guy's gonna get picked on.
Yeah, and the one thing you mentioned, I was listening to your last pod too, was how they were using Drew Holiday as kind of, I think you even mentioned almost like in a center role where they're feeding him at the top of the key, or he's just so crafty around the rim.
Yeah,
I love that use of Holiday, and it stretches the floor so much for everybody else too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I looked at his stats a little bit, and I maybe owe him a bigger deep dive, but I think his stats are going to shift in another direction again here when Scoop comes back, but he is taking more shots than he's taken in a couple years.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's playing with the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks, so he doesn't really need to, well, it's not that he doesn't need to take shots there, but there's fewer shots available for him to take.
Yeah.
So he's taking about 10 a game, and now with the Blazers, he's up to like 13, and while it's only 3 more shots, it's manifested in like 19 points per game.
Significant shots too.
Which,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that fadeaway 3 in the corner over Gordon too. I was just like, that's not a shot that I have seen Drew Holiday take in the past. You know, he's a real kind of middle of the road, middle of the court kind of a player.
Yeah, creating off the dribble.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you want a ton of that,
Right.
but he's doing it, and when he creates off the dribble towards the hoop, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's the step back stuff where you go like, okay, when it goes in, it's amazing, but I don't think there's really a single guy. I mentioned this last time too. I'm not trying to repeat myself the whole time.
No.
But there's not really a single guy you want taking a ton of off the dribble threes on the Blazers right now. Jeremy Grant does it a little bit, but he's not. At least last season, he wasn't super great at it.
Mm-hmm.
Shaden, I think, can be that guy eventually. I think he's pretty strong in that department. But beyond that, it's like you kind of want Tamari to catch and shoot. You want Jeremy to more catch and shoot. Drew, you would prefer to catch and shoot as well.
Danny.
But yeah, Danny, you definitely want him to catch and shoot. If he's shooting off motion, a long jump shot of any sort, you're kind of like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know.
He had a couple plays where he was trying to flex his athleticism.
Yeah.
Like on the drives and just kind of got caught. Tried a couple spin moves, and then I think one got rejected. He drew a foul on one, but it's like maybe.
I think that's the Nuggets defense in that case. I think he hadn't seen a smart defense like that yet, and so a lot of teams don't really know how to handle him when he's going downhill. So he'll do that kind of Euro step, and he really throws his shoulder into guys, and he'll catch them off guard with it. But the Nuggets, I think, play at such a higher level, and they were prepared for it, where they were kind of taking that extra step back, so Denny couldn't get the contact he was looking for, and so then it's like he's in awkward travel territory, or he has to make a really hard pass, or he has to take a tough shot where he's not actually trying to take.
Well, and they practice against Joker every day, so they're not going to get bullied down low.
No.
I mean, I was just watching it. Every time I watch Jokic, I'm just blown away. Yeah. His body control and stuff I love watching that guy play. It's like
he almost won the game.
Yeah, I know that last shot too. I was like, that's going in. When I saw that, the Leitner
that he
turned around and perfect, little teardrop. I can't believe
unbothered.
it.
He just happened to miss.
Yeah.
And that's maybe how that Nuggets team is going to be all seasons. Like they're going to have a chance to win every single game because of that guy, and depending on 3-point variance, they might be able to shoot their ways into victories too. Yeah.
So I'm curious with the Blazers too. I think three of the last games I think were decided by 4 points or less. Is that right?
It could be. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
But there have been some close games for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious what you're seeing as far as, that team's ability to pull those close games off. Like, I didn't think they were going to pull that game off against the Nuggets.
No.
But,
yeah.
And then I think they beat the Jazz by 2 the game before, too. So.
Yeah. lots of different circumstances for both of them.
Right.
Because the Jazz game was a blowout and then became like just a chaos
way too
fest.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think it's just controlled chaos and that's how the Blazers are going to play for a while?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why those games have trended that way.
Hmm.
I think you enjoy it when it's the Blazers playing against a playoff team and it's close because you're going, okay, they're showing that they can hang with the playoff team. Obviously, no one's a playoff team right now. Everyone's in early season form and they're trying to figure it out. But like to open the season against the Timberwolves and have it come down to 1 or 2 possessions, a lot of people were excited about that in Portland. And a lot of the media members who are typically, so some are curmudgeons and some are kind of cranky. They were just like doing backflips that it was such a close game. Like, can't wait. And Blazers lost, but the hype was so high. And that to me struck me as like kind of odd because I thought, well, they lost there. Like that's a loss. It's you're right there at the finish line. It's cool to be close to the finish line now this season, but to have not finished it was weird. But then the other games the Blazers have actually kind of come ahead. Like they've had a couple. I thought the way they lost to the Clippers, despite that being close, was fine. Because again, they were really competitive. They generated a ton of shots, a ton of like high quality shots that just didn't fall. So I don't think anybody in Portland would be looking at that like, oh man, we let one get away. They'd look at a low shooting percentage and go, that won't happen every game. Yeah. And then the Lakers win was pretty handily. You know, the Lakers were missing a trillion guys. That doesn't, in my opinion, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Jazz game's chaos. I don't know if that one's probably the grossest win, but the Nuggets win I think is really good. Now I mentioned it too. It's a little lucky. There's definitely some things that like we talk about the wrap up jump call that could have been called differently. We talk about like an incredible block shot that saves the possession. Christian Brown misses a wide open 3. Jokic misses a buzzer. Be like, there's tons of stuff there that changes the game. And the Blazers shot pretty poorly from the free throw line. Yeah. So like if they shoot their normal percentage, they win by 6. They win by 8. And all of a sudden they look like, well, they're that much better than the Nuggets. So I don't know if they're going to continue to have all these slugfests. Their defense is going to be good enough to keep them in games. It's just going to be a matter of, are they shooting good enough? Are they going to continue to get in the paint? Because I think when your legs are fresh and you're early in the season, I think it is easier to attack the basket. But if Denny starts to get worn down a little bit, or if Drew starts to get worn down a little bit, some of those paint touches might not be as frequent. So then you're really relying more on jump shooting. And I don't know if this is going to be an amazing jump shooting team. They'll try, and they certainly have the athleticism to run the track meet and then start shooting threes. But I don't know if you really want to see that necessarily. I think you want to continue to see this like 2 feet in the paint, make a play, or attack the hoop. Like go get some harm, go to the foul line. Right. We'll see though. We'll see. This is much better than I think most people thought the Blazers would start.
To be standing at 5-2. I mean, and 3 games at home. You got LA, the Thunder, and then, Denver, LA, and the Thunder all at home, and to come out of that potentially, with a winning record too. If you can take 2 of those 3 games, that's huge this early in the season.
Yeah, and it'll be the next big measuring stick. I think is the Thunder. That's a team that has the depth, has the athleticism where you can't really beat them in that department. Yeah. So if you're gonna full court press them and you're gonna get into this kind of like try to wear you down mentality, I don't know if you can wear Shea down enough by doing that.
That whole team is just, they're like athletic freaks too, and the stamina across the board is pretty incredible too. I think I didn't expect Chet to be as impactful as he is for playing 35 minutes a game. I thought he was gonna wear out with his body type, but anyway, not about the Thunder, but that'll be a fun game to watch, I think, though, because it seems like the play style is kind of similar there too. It's real defensive focused and spread the ball around and kind of pace of play. That's gonna be a fun game.
That's one you definitely want to watch. If it's not on national TV, like league pass that one for sure. Is it on? Do you have it pulled up? Is it on TV?
The Lakers game's on NBA TV. Yeah.
Thunder's not. Well, get league pass. Here's a free league pass promo. Get league pass and watch.
Do we have a code for that yet, or no?
We're working on it. We got Tyson on that. Tyson. Okay. But what else, D-Biz, have you been paying attention to in the NBA season? Or let's maybe you want to highlight your team a little bit.
So I'm an NBA agnostic. I don't have a favorite team. I've watched the Blazers on and off kind of for, I don't know, my entire life really. I just really loved
the late 90s, early 2000s teams.
Yeah.
Brandon Roy is a personal hero of mine.
Yeah.
But
speaking my language.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to just bounce around a little bit. I say NBA agnostic and kind of a league pass bandwagoner. You know, whatever team is fun to watch. Like I really enjoyed watching the Hornets last year.
Nice.
And you know, I've been dipping into the Bulls pond from time to time too.
What's the Hornets broadcaster's name? Eric.
God, what's his name? He's hilarious.
Is it Eric Collins? Eric. I thought it was Eric.
I can't remember.
Yeah, he's maybe worth just turning on a Hornets game just to get one call out of him.
Yeah,
he does Carolina Panthers games as well.
Oh, does he?
That's great. Insane every time.
Yeah, he's kind of a homer, but it's hilarious.
For sure.
Yeah.
He does
Eric Collins.
It is Eric Collins. Okay. He does bring that same energy
Yeah.
for both teams.
Yeah.
Like when someone has an incredible highlight against the Hornets, he does still punctuate it with that same energy.
Right.
Like, yeah, I think he's biased for sure, but his energy stays super high for both.
Maybe that's why I liked watching him on League Pass too much too, is that
you just want to hear something.
Yeah, and then the best thing about League Pass too is that then you watch the halftime routines and you get to see the
100%.
You know, the bench interviews and that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, you're immersed in the broadcast, the local broadcast.
Yeah, that is a big bonus.
Yeah,
which you don't realize you care about until you start seeing it. You're like, oh.
The Houston Rockets halftime shows are out of control. I watched like a Chihuahua walking on a rolling basketball.
That guy gets around.
Yeah,
that guy goes to all the arenas.
Incredible.
I saw him maybe like 12 times on, for different teams last season.
Yeah,
I think he took a fall. I feel like I feel
the
like
Chihuahua or the trainer.
The trainer, and I think the dog was fine, but I think that or no, it wasn't him. It was the balance artist. What's her name? Red Panda. I think is her name. And she might have fallen in Portland. Now I'm just like,
okay,
we should get back to facts.
You're right.
Those are the halftime artists and acts that you start to learn about. You're like, oh no, not Red Panda.
Yeah, and that's what makes the NBA fun too. I will say, going back to your original question too, I think the team that has really caught my eye this year is the Bulls.
Yeah.
I think the Josh Giddey effect with actually entering with the full season, a full off season, and the impact that he can make all over the court. I mean, I think he's averaging like 31 points or something like that.
Is he? Well, I actually didn't even know that. I know he's been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hadn't tuned into a Bulls game yet. I laughed the other day because I was like, they're 5-0.
Yeah.
And then I started looking and I was like, wow, yeah, they're doing fine.
And can you name the Bulls starting five?
I'd go Giddey, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe White. Vucevic.
Yeah.
God, we got two more. Probably.
There's two more.
What is it? It's the I know the power forward. I can't think of his name right now because they paid Patrick Williams. Something.
Patrick Williams.
Yeah. And then there's one more. There's got to be another shooter out there.
White. Young White, Slavic.
Oh, right, yeah.
Montes.
Buzelis. Yeah.
Who is super fun to watch, by the way. He's springing around like...
I haven't watched him yet. That's been a...
He's super fun to watch. He reminds me a bit of Christian Brown. I was thinking about that when I was watching the Nuggets game. Just because he's springy and kind of flying around everywhere, and he loves those outlet passes. That's the other thing I watch the Bulls do is those outlets to Kobe or Montes. And so the Bulls have caught my eye. I don't know, just... I think
that's a young,
really good facilitator.
Besides Vucevic, that's a pretty young squad.
Super young.
And they're 5-0. That's kind of like that is Spurs energy there.
Yeah.
The Spurs are younger for sure, but like that's a Eastern version of that.
Well, and they've been middling for so long too. I mean, the years of waiting to see if Ball's ever going to get healthy, and bringing Derrick Rose back and things like that. It's just So I'm kind of cheering for the Bulls to have a little resurgence.
Yeah, I think that'd be refreshing. I mean, they're one of the NBA's premier franchises, so the NBA would really be psyched if they were.
Sure.
They were a crown jewel at one point, and now it's, I think Golden State's in that mantle, and the Lakers and Knicks are still drawing tons of eyeballs, Celtics.
Yep.
But yeah, if the Bulls got back to that kind of daily conversation talking point, that would be good for all parties.
And I like these young teams that are, they lost the Knicks last night, so they're 5-1 now, the Bulls are, but I think the way that a lot of these GMs are constructing the rosters, I think is really interesting. Yeah. To see what's working, and And just to have so many kind of high profile injuries, I think is changing the way that people are constructing their teams too.
Yeah.
Dallas is another one that's just kind of intriguing because Kyrie's out till January, February. And you got Flag now, but how do you build around him? And so.
Yeah, they haven't figured that one out yet. No. Flag will look much better than he has.
Yeah,
but
he's been terrible.
There's been some bad ones.
Yeah,
it was so disappointing to see his very first shot attempt in the NBA as an alley-oop from Anthony Davis, and you go, oh my god, it's gonna be his first NBA points are gonna be a dunk, and then he missed it.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh. I hope that's not emblematic of anything to come either. But
I think he's like, I think he went 0 for 9 or 0 for 10 or something a couple games ago.
He's had a couple.
It'll have growing pains and as we've seen,
he's being asked to do a lot.
Yeah,
and they're relying on D'Angelo Russell minutes off the bench, and they don't really have a ton of ball handlers right now without Kyrie. So I'm sure that like decision making process for him is like a point forward. Not that he's officially been dubbed point forward, but he did do a little of that in the preseason, and I'm sure he's had more moments with the ball in his hands, making big decisions than probably the Mavericks would like, and probably that more so than he's comfortable with yet. I think it'll come for him too. I wouldn't be like out on him as a prospect or anything. I think he's just going through those growing pains really.
I'm curious if you see some, maybe not parallels, but what Scoot was asked to do his rookie year and just kind of the fanfare. He's number 3 overall pick, is that right? And I wonder if he was asked to do a lot.
Yeah. And
if that affected him, because he really stumbled out of the gate, it felt like a little bit too.
Totally, yeah. This is a big year for Scoot.
Yeah.
He knows already he has a good team, so there's no excuses that can be made if he's not performing, or at least playing a solid role. Right. And he did play a pretty solid role later in the season last year. He's kind of doing like 24 minutes to 28 minutes and facilitating off the bench, and he actually had pretty good stats. Nothing that's like going to be an all-star status, but his stats would be good enough that any team would want him playing that same role. But obviously, when you're drafted that high in the draft, people want you to be a superstar. Yeah. And they want you to start. And I think Scoop wants to start too. Yeah. So I don't know if it was being fed to the Wolves too early, but he certainly, it was clear that he needed to make those mistakes and that he needed to try to figure out the best decisions to be making. And the Blazers were in a weird spot too, where they weren't really flanking him with a ton of talent and pushing to win. Right. And then, you can now wonder, like, well, was Chauncey Billups trying to win all those games anyways? What was he doing there? Yeah. I mean, seriously, I think there's probably lots of fans that will wonder about that a little bit. Right. And there's no evidence. There's nothing that's been brought up in court that says that Chauncey did anything that affected the outcomes of Blazers games. But those were really rough years.
If you're going to do it, then you pick the Blazers in, like, 2023, right, to throw the games. I hate to say it, but
it was
you
bad.
You can fly under the radar, yeah.
Part of the reason this podcast exists is because I talked to Tyson enough about this, where I'm like, the only way Blazers fans can actually have an impact on the bottom line of the Blazers is to stop going to games. Yeah. Because it was that bad. And I honestly thought that the then ownership, the Paul Allen's estate, wouldn't take action until literally dollars stopped coming in. Yeah. And I'm not saying the fans did that, but they eventually started pushing more in the direction of, like, we're going to hopefully win some games here. They re-upped Billups, which is like now a piece in limbo, but they also re-upped the GM, Joe Cronin, in the past offseason. So they're saying, like, these are our points of stability, and we're going to try to win games now. So Scoot gets the most stability he's had in his career, and he gets to walk into a situation that's it's a winning team. Yeah. Obviously, it's October basketball. Now it's November basketball. So it doesn't mean a whole lot yet, but the Blazers have shown really good trends. They're playing, like we said, good pace, good defense. Yeah. Those things can absolutely be consistent every single night. Shooting will come and go. And I think what we're going to see over the course of the season too is, like, you're going to see a more established go-to scorer. I think it could be. My vote would be please Shaden. Please become that guy. You have all the tools to do it.
I mean, it's Denny right now, right?
Denny does
by
it.
Default, I guess.
Yeah.
Denny by default.
Yeah, he's doing it. Yeah. But Scoot will get to come into that and go, okay, I can get it to Denny. I can get it to Shaden in these spots. Or if I can't get it going, like Drew can for sure get it going. Yeah. Drew can handle all that pressure. So it'll be really unique to see how he feeds off, like, another really good decision maker. So I'm excited about that part for him. I'm excited to him have mentorship from Damian Lillard. Yep. Because there's a really good piece that I'd mentioned several pods ago from the I think it was The Athletic, or it was a Boston-based writer who detailed how much guidance Damian provided to Anthony Simons. I'm like, if he did that for Anthony Simons, it was like, he's fine. He was also a first-round draft pick, and showed all that blossoming offensive talent. If Dame could give him that much mentorship in however many years it was, Scoot's going to be able to take so much from him. Obviously, they're different players and they're different body types and athleticism levels. Like Dame was pretty athletic when he entered the league, but I still think Scoot's on another level. Scoot's closer to Russell Westbrook than he was Dame entering the league. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm hopeful that Scoot will have a nice easing back into quality minutes and maybe even picking up some some spot starts. I don't know what the plan is. Yeah. And obviously, maybe Thiago doesn't either, because Thiago wasn't in a position where he was going to have to make this decision. So that might be his first big decision, is what to do with Scoot when Scoot's healthy.
So I'm curious about that. So I came across an article where they were talking about, I think Chauncey at one point had said, I kind of want Dame to be a assistant coach this season, and I think Dame kind of said, I don't want to do that. I just want to be supportive, but not really have a defined role. But I mean, it does seem like he wants to support the players, and he's showing up for the young players and stuff like that. And I mean, what he did for Anthony, and I think what he could do for Scooter, the parallels are there for sure. Yeah. I'm curious what you, after, let's see, Splitter's been coach for 4 games now?
Yes.
So how are you feeling? Scale of...
Oh, fine. But I don't know if he said to do anything. Actually, I was going to bring this up earlier. I don't know if he's called a single set yet.
Really?
I think the Blazers' offense, and I think maybe what he was known for when he was coaching in Paris was having a free-flowing offense. I think that's partially what they had installed going into the season, was like, it's going to be motion and flowing, and guys are going to cut and fill and keep moving.
Yep.
I don't have a definite memory of anyone, Drew most likely, but anyone bringing the ball up the court and stopping and looking at the play and going, okay, we're running this. I don't know if he's called a single set yet. And maybe
it'll work till it doesn't, I guess, right?
Yeah, there's other teams that are doing the same thing. It's not like it's a foreign concept,
right?
Actually, the Amazon Prime broadcast had 2 Miami Heat players breaking down their flow offense, and I'm going like, that's kind of what the Blazers are doing, and they did like it's well worth the watch to see them break it down. But other NBA, if the Miami Heat and Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra are running it, that like there's some validity to it. Yeah. So I think it might just continue, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had to do, not to say he hasn't had to do anything, but I think he was kind of gifted a pretty good roster to work with. Obviously, he was there. He was there this past offseason. He started building the offense the way he wanted it anyways. I think it'll be interesting when a major injury happens and he has to tweak that lineup. Yeah. Or or vice versa, the other end of the spectrum, when everyone's fully healthy, how do you implement everybody? I mean, imagine if Dame was healthy right now. Yeah. Well, how do you figure that out?
Yeah. No, you'd have a very crowded backcourt. I'm curious. I mean, I was looking through the injury report, and obviously, Tybal, I think, is going to be probably most of November. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, if you have that a healthy, stable, goodness, that's going to be a very difficult choice on who your starting 5 is. So,
all right, Biz, we're about at time, but we will do Let's Get Weird.
Okay, let's get
because we skipped it last podcast, and I want to bring it back.
All right.
So I gave you dealer's choice about our Let's Get Weird topic. So let's get weird.
Okay. My Packers lost to Carolina yesterday, and I'm really sad about it.
That is pretty weird. What's weird is the Panthers have 5 wins.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. What are the weird things?
Well, you can dive into that. What happened? Did you watch it?
No. I was working, and
so you had to get all your updates.
I was going to turn it on, and then I started watching Gamecast, and I'm like, I can't watch this game. I can't watch the meltdown. Yeah. And I couldn't watch those uniforms either, because those were awful. The throwback.
I didn't even see them. I saw like one little clip, and I went, oh, they were doing that too.
Yeah, those are my...
Because they had the leather helmet, right?
Yeah, the fake leather.
The painted leather helmet.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yikes.
I think that's why they lost.
I think that's a good reason to lose.
One thing, this is kind of weird, but I'm curious what is your opinion of the NBA Cup courts and uniforms and stuff?
When they first did it, I wanted to see every court.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's see who's got the best and the worst. And now I'm just like, I'm a little
over it.
Not over it. I'm just like not that excited about it. I see the court and I go, oh, cool. It's NBA Cup night.
Yeah.
I think it served the purpose for the NBA of being like, if any casual fan turns a game on, I see a weird court, they go, why is the court weird?
I'm gonna keep watching. Yeah.
It's the NBA Cup. Oh, now I know. Now I have an awareness about the NBA Cup.
Right. No, great marketing, I would say, but
yeah,
I don't know, just the dark gray parquet
for Blazers.
Yeah, and the Blazers game just kind of threw me off.
So the Athletic named it as the number one.
Really?
Best.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and that's just like a committee. That's writers in a committee. But
sure.
Yeah, I was like, huh, if that's the best, what else is up there?
Yeah. Something to hang your hat on, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, they'll take it. So how do you feel about the Packers overall?
I don't know.
That's a big
We've lost to the Browns.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Panthers and tied the Cowboys. It's like I don't know what to expect from this team.
Ugh.
You know, but I think as long as I can set my expectations low, you know.
Like you're gonna reset them, like reset the bar down lower. Like you just try to high jump 6 feet, and you're like, I can't quite clear that anymore. We're going down to 5'6".
Yeah, and as long as we
how
can
low?
As long as we can clear 5 foot, I think we'll be alright. I don't know. It's been fun to have Micah Parsons, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, but I just don't have a whole lot of faith in our coaches right now, and I'm also a big Pittsburgh Pirates fan, so. Talk about low expectations. I mean, if we can win a game next year, then I'll feel good about it.
Maybe we should take all your fandom and just push it over to the Pacific Northwest because we had Mariners, great season. Disappointing end, great season.
Yeah.
Blazers off to a great start.
Yeah.
Seahawks,
not gonna happen.
No, that's a never for you. Okay.
No, the Seahawks are out.
That's fair,
but
they're having a great season.
Portland's in the final, I think 6 cities being considered for MLB expansion.
Right.
So when Portland.
There you go.
Gets a MLB team, I'm so on board.
And when that happens, Tyson will have Dan hosting the Portland
Pickles.
Oh, you think the Pickles are going to get elevated?
But that was a great. I love the Portland Pickles. Big fan.
We all do.
Yeah.
All right, Biz, we're gonna wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Thanks for being our first ever guest. By the way, no pressure. You just kind of stepped in to take a swing and did it. We'll have you back.